Coty. What's up, man?
That sounds good. Doing great. Fucking sitting behind the Caiman lizards.
Nice. And
Yeah.
Coty, so I see you're still calling yourself Leviathan Reptiles, which I was almost going to message you and ask before, like, are you still doing that? And you are.
Yeah, absolutely I am, because the Leviathan Reptiles isn't just for like the breeding aspect for the boas. It was very much something where I wanted to have like an identity that was separate from just me, even though I quite literally am, like, or especially around this area, like the reptile dude. I wanted to have something that was separate in case me personally doesn't necessarily want to be just the reptile guy anymore.
Yeah. So before I don't think I'm going to do this interview because you're a buddy. I don't want to interview you. That sucks. I just want to chat. So
Yeah.
before we start doing that, Brennick, what's up, dude? Tell us all about your fucking ball python eggs.
Got 5 eggs. Super excited.
Not even.
What was the pairing on those guys?
The female is a Cypress Mahogany GHI het red xanthic.
Nice.
And the male is a Leopard Mahogany het red xanthic.
That's not bad. Those will be some visual red xanthics, hopefully.
I just want the Suma. That's it.
That's fair. Yeah, that's very reasonable.
I was looking them up when he told me the other day, and I was like, okay, those are pretty cool. I like
right?
the dark balls. I love black balls.
Yeah,
I always like the stuff with like the GHI is really nice, but anything with like the GHI Mojave kind of combo.
Mm-hmm.
I like normals. I saw a Ghana import a few weeks ago on the classifieds.
Yeah.
It was like kind of like I kind of do want a wild caught ball. Like that would be like my honestly like is I don't have any quote dream ball pythons. My dream ball python would be a wild caught. Like
just a big old like the Volta localities that get like 5.5 foot.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool. If I could get them while they're young, that would be sweet. But it would just be cool to have like a ball and just be like, this thing has no mutations hiding inside of it. Like
yeah, like there's nothing happening here.
Yeah, I just think that's cool. Like because like Kayla was talking to me and she was like, she has a ball python, right? And she was like, she's kind of been like, she's not a reptile person, but she's kind of been like interested and like she's been sending me like Kijiji ads every day and stuff. And like, what is this? And she's been learning a lot and she's kind of interested in trying to like breed something. And I had to explain to her, like, if you breed your ball python, like, you don't fucking know. We don't have any history on it. We just got it from Steve.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're going to get. Like, you could get nothing but normals, or you could get something that it would take me a month to figure out what the hell it is, because I don't know ball python morphs, right? So it's one of those things. Like, and I was telling Joe in our last episode, I'm, like, pretty sure I'm going to get, like, my first rack in the coming years, like, because I'm not a rack keeper, but I kind of feel like I want like a rack of corns or something.
Well, when you do, let me know, because I'm going to be getting rid of the vision racks that I have.
Okay. Yeah,
because I want to
go ahead.
I was going to say I only have like 8 snakes now, so I'll be ending up probably just going with like 4 and 6 foot PVCs and getting rid of the 2 freedom racks, because I've got like the 11 bin 48 quarts and then the big like 120 quart racks.
Yeah, I just like kind of want something to like I do the garters and the waters and stuff, but it's like it's kind of niche, so like it would kind of be nice to have something else that's a little more easy to wholesale and stuff. And I really like corn. I think to do corns and just weird morphs would be awesome.
Oh, absolutely. There's like a couple of buddies of mine that have like just a weird corn. Some of Jesse out in BC stuff is crazy.
Yeah, I like corns. Maybe some other like little colubrids like that too, but I don't think I'd get small kings.
No, getting to like, see, I say get into small kings like Mex-Mex's Arizona Mountains. Those guys are awesome. The Mex-Mex kings especially.
I would be more into milks, I think.
Boo.
You don't like the milks?
You know what? I feel like I've only ever had like negative experience with milk snakes where they're the most spazzy, poop musky animals I've ever dealt with. So I feel like I'll be a milk snake hater until I die now.
You got to remember one thing though. I breed Nerodia.
That's fair. Yeah.
To be
The
fair,
most
mine
like
aren't jazzy though.
bitey, poopy snakes you can get.
I say that jokingly. Like my Nerodia do not bite. They do not musk. They're like little angels. And then you got Jay's Nerodia, and she messages me, and she's like, "I'm scared of this." I think like it's like
Yeah.
to be fair, like I'll ask her if I can show a picture of her one banded water snake. She showed it to me the other day. I'll share it right now with you, Brennick, because it won't like show up unless I let it in the actual post. She sent me. It's coming out of like an HDX tote, and it's like, I was like, what the fuck? Like this thing is huge.
Yeah. Is that the one with the nose lump on it?
No, the female.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's like I think it's that one's female. I can't remember now.
I can't remember for the life of me anymore.
I don't know. She's got
I've been so absent in any of the group chats for the last like 5 months that I'm just like, I barely know what's going on with everybody anymore.
Know, well, you responded to my message of those Tetratania the other day, so
I'm getting more into it. Like I'm getting back into the groove of everything after a fucking shit start to the year.
Yeah, so I really wanted to talk about your Sudans, your plated lizards.
Yeah.
So like, who are you? The first in Canada or no?
First in Canada, and yeah, first in Canada to my knowledge. I think there was a couple people who said someone else had done it once, but like no evidence, no proof, no follow up with that or anything. So so as far as I know, the first in Canada, and I think like one of 3 or 4 in North America, because there's only 2 or 3 people stateside who have figured them out, and then 1 or 2 in Europe as well.
Yeah, so that's the Sudan Plated Lizards, which when I worked at the zoo, we had one. That thing was fucking awesome. There's like
they're so fun.
How those weren't figured out earlier because they're just so badass.
Yeah,
like,
I think they're a lot like Euros. Like that's basically what I did to get them to breed. Is I essentially was like, okay, I'm just going to keep these like a Euro. They're going to get a stupid hot spot. They're going to have enough dirt to burrow into and a ton of cork rounds. And yeah, they just got comfortable enough to do it.
So was that it? Was that all that went into figuring those guys out?
Pretty much, yeah. And I had they bred for me and I wasn't even trying. I still had them in a quarantine tank that was a 36-18-18 the first year I got eggs from them. And I was totally in shock. I only had them for like 4 months at that point. And then I basically moved them into a 4x2x2 and have been putting a little more effort into it. I got 3 eggs this year from them, but I think the female, I don't think I have enough dirt in the enclosure at the moment because the female crushed all of them, just flattened them into pancakes. She was burrowing. So I think they just can't get so much dirt in their water bowl, and I haven't like replenished it in the last 6 to 8 months. So I need to give them another bag of dirt and another bag of sand to really top them up, and then I'll probably get more eggs close to the end of the year. Usually I'll get some right around early spring or in the winter, but I'm going heavy on food a lot more this year, and they've been eating lots of meats instead of just bugs. The last few years it's just been like the roaches and the superworms and stuff, but this year they've been really taking to like frozen thawed snail meat, mussel meat, shrimp even, because I have the Caiman lizards and the Dumerals monitor that get all kinds of seafood, so I've just been offering it to everybody else, and most of the animals love it.
Yeah. What's the idea behind increasing like the meats over the bugs?
So I'm still doing the same amount of bugs, but I'm doing a little more meat, especially after the female lays eggs, and it's really just helped pack on a little bit more weight.
Okay.
Because the plated lizards lose everything when they lay their eggs. Like my female will go from, she'll lose probably close to like 150, 160 grams, and she's a 450 gram animal.
Yeah.
So they lose a ton of weight because the eggs are huge. Like that's the biggest thing that I don't think anybody has realizes until they see them is the plated lizard egg, like right out of her, is going to be 5 times the size, 6 times the size of a bearded dragon egg.
Damn.
Shit.
Oh, like no word of a lie, an egg is easily the same size as my thumb, if not a little bit bigger.
Wow.
And my female will give me anywhere from 3 to 7 of those.
Oh, does she get
And
super
this is
fat then? Like,
so you see a little bit of bloat in them, but it's like after they lay their eggs, it looks like they have been starving for the last 6 months of their life. Like they look
yeah.
so emaciated. Their spine is showing through their back. Their hips are sunken in like crazy. Their tail like flattens right out. They lose every fat reserve they have. So I'm really just hammering in that food to get them like to help bulk her back up quick enough.
Are you gonna be doing any like F2s?
That's the hope. So I have an unrelated pair of F1 babies right now that are growing up. So I had 2 pairs, and then so the first pair, my original pair, they give me eggs consistently. The second pair I got eggs 1 year from them. I got 2 eggs, or technically I got 4 eggs, 2 incubated, 2 term. Um, and then the male kept trying, but the female just actively started like rejecting him, avoiding him. So I ended up parting ways with them, just because I was downsizing anyways, and I didn't necessarily need 6 plated lizards. So they went out to a friend of mine actually, and he's gonna separate them for a year and then try again and see what happens there. But I ended up keeping the female from that pair and then a male from the pair that I have, and I'm gonna hopefully pair them up. It'll be another 2 years because they are fairly slow growing, surprisingly enough.
Do you think you're going to continue with that project? Like, are you passionate about the Sudan Plateds, or do you see yourself in 5 years being like, I might get out of it. Like I did it. It's whatever.
No, I think it'll be something that I'll always have. Like
Nice.
because they live such a long time too. Like no one really knows how long approximately they live. But when I worked at like the zoo, we had a guy come in and he dropped one off to us, and he said he's had it for close to 20 years, I think, between him and his dad. Like his dad had it and then he took it in. He's had it for close to 20 years and the thing still looked great. I've heard of people saying they can live 45, 50 years.
I was gonna say, I bet you they could get into their 30s at least. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I almost wanted to say when you're like, we don't know how long they live. That's like, I'm feeling like that more and more for pretty much every fucking reptile. Like,
Yeah. Well, it's like
like
there's like eyewitness accounts of Gila monsters living 80 years. Like that's
oh yeah,
crazy.
I think they could live to. I wouldn't if you told me like, oh, there's a Gila and it just turned 100. I would be like, yeah, I could
I
see it.
believe it.
Their
For an animal that
metabolism is
eats like
so fucking
6 to
slow.
10 times a year.
Yeah, yeah. What was I gonna say? Fuck. The oh man, it was so awesome. Okay, whatever. I have a water snake to show you guys. Real
Oh,
quick,
sweet.
which I'll
Yeah.
put in the thing if she says it's okay. So check this thing out. She sent me this, and my jaw dropped. Keep in mind, this is not a quote big species of water snake. So, like, it's
That's a
huge.
beast. That's a monster.
Is fucking ginormous. Like,
Is that
it's
the one that
out of
might be
that.
gravid?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's tough because like it's definitely fat too. Like we've talked about it a lot.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh yeah, this thing's fat," but man, like that thing is badass. If that thing
Yeah.
gets babies, I feel like it's gonna be like 50 babies.
Yeah, either that or it's going to be like 10 of them and they're all like just monsters. They're already the size
Like
of like a
baby
1.5 year
Garibos.
old garters. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Oh, I think I was gonna say something about that is what I was gonna say. You reminded me. Lifespans. We had a garter snake at the zoo, a checkered garter snake, and her history went back by the time I was working there, 22 years. Now, she was one of the biggest garter snakes I've ever seen. Like she was for a checkered, she was very big, and you could see like she was near the end. Like you
Yeah.
could tell in the way she moved, she was very stiff. Her eyes were like not sunken in, but that she had like they were droopy. Like she was old, but her her like whatever like her known history went back 22 years, and
That's crazy.
I believe she came to the zoo as an adult. So
Yeah.
that's a snake with a 10. I think the 10-year lifespan is bullshit. I always have, but it's quote 10-year lifespan, like living to like at least like 25.
Yeah. I know. There's no way that garters only live 10 years.
No, but
Because
there's another one where you're good.
even at the pet store, we had a pair of albino checkers that were easily, like, when they got surrendered to us, I think that the female was close to 16 or 17 at least, and the male was like 13.
Oh, geez, eh?
Yeah.
It's a weird one. I think that's going to get more and more. Like, as we go on, like, through the end of our lives and stuff, it'll be like, oh, yeah, no, like, this monitor lives, like, you know.
Yeah. I think the only one we really have nailed down is chameleons. They don't live long. None of them live long.
But like crested geckos, we got my sister an adult crested gecko from the store I eventually worked at. When we were a kid, we got her an adult. It was an ex-show animal that they retired. It's still fucking alive. That was like 10 fucking years ago.
Yeah, like, my male fat tail gecko he's on his way out now, but he's at least 20, 22 years old. I've had him for 8 years. The people who had him before me had him for 4, and then someone had him before him. They said they had him for 6 years, but they got him in as a wild caught adult.
Oh, cool.
So he's ancient. He's missing like all of his nails and the tips of his toes and crap. But oh my god, he's so awesome.
What can you let me know, because your collection's gone through a big change recently? Can you let me know what you're working with now that's staying?
Yeah, so pretty much everything I have currently I plan on keeping, but like for like breeding projects, I've got the tokay geckos, I've got the plated lizards. Yeah, the tokays will be a staple forever. I love them.
Fuck yeah.
Herman's tortoises, I'm hopefully having my pair breeding in another year or two. The Central American wood turtles, they've started to produce eggs for me this year, so that's exciting. What else? The false water cobras hopefully will be breeding again this winter. BCI boas will be breeding this winter. Argentine boas will be another probably year or two out. Sailfin dragons I have, but they're a long ways away. They're still babies. Dumerals monitors, once the other animals that I have coming in arrive, I'll be really actively trying to breed those. And then the big Caiman lizards in the tank behind me, in another year or two, I'll be putting in some more serious effort on really trying to figure out breeding them.
You should let me know if you end up producing the Dumerals, because I will 100% give into my negative thoughts and just end up getting myself a Nile, like something that I really like.
Dude, I love Niles so much. They are one of my favorite monitors.
Oh, they're awesome.
The most psychotic animals I've ever worked with. The funniest story was when I worked at the pet store. I ordered a baby Nile monitor. We get this styrofoam box that is 2.5 feet across, 1.5 feet deep, and 1.5 feet tall. And it just has tape all around it. And on the tape, it has a note that says, "Good luck, Coty," with a smiley face. Turns out that was a baby from last year's shipment that they just forgot to update. So I opened this box expecting a 9-10 inch Nile. It's a 2-foot Nile. This thing comes out of the container, just mouth open, trying to rip me to pieces. Ended up caring for it for a while, getting it to like tong feed, but still was not friendly. A buddy of mine bought it, and then he went off to the military right as I was starting at the reptile zoo, and he surrendered it back to me for the zoo. So it's living at the zoo. So I got to work with this thing when it was like 2 foot, and then again when it's like 4.5 foot long, and
that's awesome.
It's the same animal, the same miserable rip your fingers off animal the whole time.
Man, I was listening to a podcast episode recently about like a guy specifically that's breeding Niles. I forget his name.
Yeah.
And I fucking love Nile monitors, dude. Like
they're easily like a top 5 for me. I just know how big they are and how much they swim. and it's just like it's so not feasible.
You got to treat him like a hotter Salvatore, is what he was saying, and he was saying too, like they tame down like a Salvatore when they're CBB, like they're pretty fucking laid back once you like they just have different
really
body language. Yeah, like their body language is a little different, and I was like, like I
always tell people because big time, it's blue, it's a blue monitor, it's great.
Yeah, ornates too. I like ornates, but the Niles, man, just the classic. Like it's kind of like Argus monitors. You see a fucking muscular Nile, and you're like,
yeah. See, the ornates never did it for me, and it's for the same reason that like I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of crocodile monitors, and it's not that I don't like them, but I know. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. When I like, especially for owning one myself, I want a monitor with that like Jurassic Park Velociraptor narrow point to its face. And croc monitors, Komodo dragons, the ornates, they all get that really like bulky, almost cinder block of a head, which is great. It's cool. It's just not my deal. I'm the same way with my boas, where like, especially if I have a few animals growing up and I notice one of them starts to get like that really bricky, blocky bulk head, that's not an animal that I plan on keeping. I want that narrow, that like triangular arrow-shaped head. And that's what I love about like the Doomerals monitors. I have the Quincy monitor that I've got. Even the little Ackies, they really get that like that nice triangle-shaped head shape.
I do agree with like the triangle face. The reason I will disagree for only croc monitors is because the reason that those faces are so blocky is because of those disgusting fucking teeth. That is so cool to me.
Like, working directly with a croc monitor for a couple of years was incredible. She was in horrendous shape. She had been through a literal hell on earth. But that croc monitor was such a fucking dream to work with.
I'm croc. I'll get a croc for sure. I know Brennan is trying to breed them.
Yeah. Do you guys remember back in like 2018 or 2019 when in St. Catharines they had that big news article about a lizard that had like gotten loose? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a croc monitor. That was the exact croc monitor that I was working with at the reptile zoo. That animal ended up getting Yeah.
I remember her because I tried to buy her.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, she ended up losing almost all of her tail. Like she only had about 2 foot of tail left.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't buy her. I'm sorry, babe, but I need my croc monitor to have that crazy tail.
Oh, absolutely. She had a host of problems from whoever owned her before she escaped. Like she for sure had some amount of MBD. She couldn't really walk. She couldn't really climb at all. Like we had to design her enclosure specifically for a crocodile monitor that struggled with any sort of climbing. So like she had logs that were just laid, like 3 logs laid flat on like a 45-degree angle so she could get up them. But like she couldn't have a vertical log. She would never be able to climb it.
Yeah. Check that out.
Is that a Nile?
I can't remember if it was a Nile or an ornate. I think it's a Nile.
That's a Nile. It doesn't have that brick of a skull yet.
Open mouth, trying to get me.
Yeah, that's so funny.
I ended up taking her. This is when I was working in North Bay with Steve. I ended up taking her to I don't know, Little Rays or something when they had their out. Fucking idiots. But
good old Little Rays.
And we had a big fat ornate at the other zoo job that I had, and she was cool. She was old as fuck. But she here. I got it right here. I'll show you guys that too. And I'll put these in the episode too. So if you're listening audio, check out the video and you can see some pictures and stuff of species we're talking about, and a picture of my open asshole too, near the end if you get to the end. But in the meantime, this one was big. This is a female, okay?
Oh, that is a beefy ornate. God damn.
She was fat. I worked on her to get her like leamed out. But she also only had like a 90-degree hotspot when I got there. So
yeah, that's the one thing that like I don't know a lot of places that necessarily do it correctly. Like even like a lot of the zoos that I have visited previously only had their Nile monitors with like a 90 to 100-degree hot spot, and I was like, no, like 145. Like, get those things hot.
Mhm.
You know, I was surprised to hear you say that you the ornates as much too, only because I get it with the bigger, blockier heads, but like you don't like the water with the Niles, or maybe you not that you don't like it, but it's not feasible. Whereas the ornates are like way less water, like they're way more forest dwelling than the which I
Yeah,
don't think.
much more foresty. Yeah, but no, I love the concept of aquatic monitors. Like that's why I have a Dumerals monitor and the Caiman lizards and a Quincy. I love it. But like seeing, especially like at the zoo, designing an enclosure specifically for a Nile with, I think the pond that we built for her was probably close to 125, 150 gallons, but it was like this half circle that came up. So even though it was only probably 150 gallons of water, it was like 7 feet. It was basically a 7-foot circle essentially, but it was shallow. I wish we like almost doubled the size of that pond for her.
Oh, at least, yeah. We had
Oh,
a
because
we got
it was
this
awesome.
we got this Asian water monitor in at the zoo when I was working there, and it was the
Yeah.
biggest lizard in Canada aside from Toronto Zoo's Komodo dragons. It
Wow.
was
Damn.
disgustingly obese
Yeah.
Salvatore. A super fat Asian water monitor. It had like one of the galvanized troughs as a water thing, which to be fair
Yeah.
is more than most people give their Asian waters.
Yeah.
But he was like huge,
Yeah.
and he was like, but very obese. We gave him after Steve had left that zoo. Mojo, our American alligator, had like, I don't know, like it must have been a 15 by 15 by 4 or probably 5 foot deep pond. We gave that
Yeah.
entire thing to that fucking Asian water. Like, and it was
Yeah.
really cool to watch him swim around. And even though he was a little like, do, 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 because he's so
Yeah.
fat, right? But I remember
Yeah.
after we were feeding him one day, I'm looking at him and I see this bit of drool come down his face. And on the end of it is a tooth. Just slowly
Yeah.
go down. I yank, take that tooth. I'm like, that's going somewhere. I have this monitor's tooth upstairs.
Yeah. The funniest thing, similar story, not with whenever I would do the Nile monitor's water bowl, I would literally be like sorting through the sand at the bottom of it looking for little Nile monitor teeth. And then the one day I have like a baggie full of Burmese python teeth because one of the berms, it was like a newer addition to the zoo, went to the washer and you could see the teeth in the poop. So I ended up like soaking it in water and churning it up and letting all the teeth settle. I probably have like 60 like half-inch Burmese python teeth.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know,
And then like a 3-inch Nile crocodile tooth.
a 3-inch Nile. Oh, I thought you said Nile monitor. I was like, what?
No, Nile crocodile.
The crocodile one is cool. I'm jealous about that. But
Yeah.
we had, when I first started at the zoo, I started at the zoo when I was like 13, and we had this massive rock python named Darwin, and he was in his 20s, like old
Yeah.
fucking thing. Very laid back, very, very laid back animal. But I think he was 16 feet was that what the measurement that I'm thinking in my head. And so he died just of natural causes. And the zoo wanted to get him prepared, just to get his skull and his skeleton, right? So I have upstairs some of his vertebrae and his ribs.
Oh, cool.
Nothing else, just like 3 vertebrae and like 6 ribs. Dude,
Yeah.
this snake was bigger than my thigh around. They're like 4 inches, like on each side.
Oh, yeah.
And the vertebrae are so fucking small. Like I would have thought size for a snake that big and that big around. Like, I'm sure he was fat, but like, still, like I would have thought he'd be way bigger. Like,
Yeah.
but that was a cool lizard or cool snake. Getting to work with that when I'm like 13, and I remember my first day of training ever. My mentor is like, here's a shop vac. I need you to clean the pool, right? Because we had the big pool in the. There was 2 berms and a rock python in that enclosure.
Oh,
And he
God.
goes, by the way, out of any animal in this zoo, these are the most likely to kill you. And then he's like,
Yeah.
now you're shot back. And that was my first like lesson. And it may come across as like irresponsible to say something like that, but I know why he did it because I was careful every day of my career.
Oh yeah, I have only ever worked with 1 or 2 juvenile rock pythons, and they're awful. I love them. Like, they're cool snakes. I have yet to meet, other than scrub pythons, a snake that is more willing to absolutely ruin your day.
This one was nice. You would have liked this one. He was very kind. He was cool as hell. All right, Brennick, what so I'm still pretty pissed off about these ball python eggs. So
Don't worry, I'll send you one. It's fine.
you gotta make it. No, you fucking won't send me one, dude. Don't even.
You're getting a Crebo. It doesn't matter. Take one.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm getting a what?
A Crebo.
Oh, I thought you said a tree boa. I was like, why? Where am I getting this from? I am
No,
getting
a Crebo.
I am getting a Crebo and 2 more Natrix, and we'll see. We'll see if I make it to Alberta next week. Maybe I'll pick up some waters from Ty because he still has some yellow bellies, and Jay sent me pictures of yellow bellies, and they're so fucking awesome. But
So you're getting yellow bellies.
He's getting yellow.
we'll see if I can make it to Alberta. Yes, I will get the yellow bellies if he still has
Yeah.
them. Ty also doesn't know who I am, so I got to kind of be like, hey, like I'm Jay's friend.
Yeah.
Bellies. But what else are you What else are you pairing this year? Like, what are you trying to produce anything else this year, Brennick?
Yeah, some Suriname BCCs.
Okay, that's better.
That'll be wicked.
Yeah.
I'm Brennick, you know this, but I think Coty, in the next couple of years, I'm going to try my hand at getting some Cuban boas.
Oh,
So
that'll
I
be gnarly.
almost pulled the trigger this year because Ashley offered me some.
Yeah,
well,
no, I remember
everybody,
that.
I mean, but what a fucking snake, Cuban
Yeah.
boas. Oh my god.
I like the Jamaicans a little more than the Cubans because they're green. Or
Yeah, I like green. I do like.
you can get more green in the Jamaicans.
I don't know what it is. Kayla said this to me the other day. She's like, if an animal's from Cuba, you want it, and it's true. I love the country. Every time I go there, I mean, Brennick just got back a few months ago. Every animal there, I think, is just fucking awesome.
That's like me, but with Guyana.
Yeah.
Fair.
I love my South America, like my northern South American animals, the Caiman lizards, the false water cobras. I want to get what are they? They're called like hedgehog lizards, and they look like the little like water skinks or the night lizards that you see all over the place. But the spikes on them are like 3 times the size. I just saw them a couple weeks back, and I immediately was like, "Oh yeah, I want those so bad."
Oh, that thing is cool.
Right? Is that not the gnarliest looking lizard?
I'll show you, Brennick. These things are cool. They
Yeah.
almost remind me of the neon tree dragons a little bit. They don't look.
Yeah,
like
yeah. Yeah. But yeah, they're basically like I can't even remember what the scientific. I think it starts with a T, but like those like the live bearing water skinks, but with crazy huge spikes. They're like if red-eye crocodile skinks were actually really awesome.
Kayla sent me a red-eye croc skink recently and was like, "Isn't that cool?" I'm like, "Yeah, but no."
Yeah.
Let me jump back for a minute because I totally bullshit you with my breeding plans.
That is the coolest little lizard.
Is it because what are you doing, hybrids?
No. I just forgot to mention the BCIs.
Oh yeah, no, please. You got to spill the beans on that because Lord knows that I need another boa.
Well, just like you, I'm also working on an IMG project.
Yeah. Oh, what's the IMG project?
So it's a hypoanery IMG het albino, and I'm pairing it to a hypo ghost IMG.
Okay, nice.
For some fun.
The ghost IMG stuff is really awesome. Avoid albino IMG like it's the plague.
I heard that. I heard albino
dude,
IMG is.
I'm glad that I think I was the first or second in Canada to produce the albino IMGs. I think I was second next to Dan, I think, beat me to it. No, it might not have been Dan. Someone did beat me to it, but I was one of the first in Canada with them. Oh my God, yeah, they're cool. Do they look like absolute hell when they age? It's just it's this piss yellow boa. That's it.
Don't they
I
have
think it was a
genetic
Moonglow.
issues?
Moonglow IMG. That was
No.
super nice.
So I have a Paradox Moonglow IMG.
I think it might have been yours that I saw.
Yeah. So
Nice.
she's pairing up with an Anery Aztec IMG. I want the Ghost Aztec IMGs.
Yeah, that'll be sick.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's not the albino IMGs have genetic issues. A lot of people again, albino, the Cal albino specifically, I think all of them originated from the same pair. But the genetic diversity is able to spread out pretty easily amongst boas because they're live bearers. Males hit maturity pretty quickly. You can pump out upwards of almost 60 babies in a litter. So it is easy to diversify a little bit, but especially when you pair albino to albino animals, you'll end up with more babies that get this bacterial infection in their eye and end up losing the eyes almost all. Yeah. So it's not necessarily albino is the issue. It's just the inbreeding of it is. But even when I say it's more prevalent, I think in all of the pairings that I've done, I had one Sunglow baby lose one eye. And even then, you can prevent it. I think it's tetracycline is the medication that someone gave me. It might be wrong, but I think that's the medication. And it's you have to apply the ointment twice a day, every day for 3 weeks, and they probably will keep the eye. But it's not if you have this one-eyed boa, it's going to pass on the one-eyed trait. It's just a little more inbreeding issue, which, again, I honestly think, and this is not a hot take, but the only reason that albino snakes do well and don't end up blind as hell compared to every albino lizard ends up blind in their life. Albino turtles end up blind. All of the albino animals have awful eyesight. The only reason I think snakes don't is one, they rely so heavily on their sense of smell that even if they do lose the eyesight, we don't notice it. And snakes have the protective film over their eyes. They have essentially a clear scale. So I think that the albino is just one of those genetics that's going to always have inherent issues, but we overlook it so easily because it's so minor. Well, minor.
Yeah.
But
I think it would be way cooler if when you produced albino snakes, if they came out with, instead of a clear eye scale, whatever the hell they're called, they came out with that looked like a pair of sunglasses.
Yeah, you actually saw some of the tint or whatever.
Transitionals.
Yeah.
Transitional. When you give them UV light, they go.
Yeah.
That'd be the nerdiest snake ever.
Right.
Just have them look like pit vipers.
Yeah, like pit vipers. That'd be cool. Kayla sent me a Kijiji ad today, and it was which Americans do listen to the show now. It's our Craigslist whatever, and it was a picture of a blue snake's tail, and it said blue tree snake on it, and she was like, "Why is this so weird?" And I was like, "It's Insularis." It's an Insularis.
Yeah, it's venomous. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I know. I'm pretty sure I know exactly who that is too. I'm gonna avoid names, but I have a list of about 2 people who it's probably is.
I was like, when you see that, that's what that means. When you see water boa, it's an anaconda. Swamp puppy, it's an alligator or Caiman or whatever, right? All these funny ways to get around it. But
how's your little Caiman doing, by the way?
She's doing awesome. She actually, I had an issue with her recently where I was really scared I was going to lose her.
What?
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
So we had a big flood in the house.
Yeah.
It was a sewage flood. So there was literal, I come downstairs. I got home at about midnight. I usually come into this office and I edit or do whatever till about 1:30. And then I come down like normal and it was totally fine. The basement was perfect. I check on everybody. Come in here, work for an hour. I go outside and it's flooded. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh,
Too quick to be outside, like a thaw
yeah.
or something, right? So I'm like, it's either sewage or I've got a pipe burst. And I look and it's fucking sewage. So there's like turds floating around my basement. And
Oh,
unfortunately, I lost 2 enclosures. One was an 6x4x4 and one was an 8x4x4. So like
oh, they were
not
big too. God damn.
not small enclosures. And I lost some other
Fuck.
shit. Not too much though. Got it cleaned up. I can't say this is what it is for sure, but I cannot imagine what else it would have been.
Yeah.
When we had the company come in to clean, they do all the shit and they clean the floors and they dry everything out, but they use this chemical. I can't remember what it's called. And it's a natural, supposedly safe chemical, right? Like it's
Yeah.
not, I don't know. Like they gave me a whole spiel on it. I have the fucking paper for it somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, you're good. You're good. They're like, we don't think it'll harm the animals. It's safe for cats and dogs. I'm like, well, I don't have a choice. Go
Yeah.
ahead, right? So I figure there's lots of fans and whatever. So it
Mhm.
all went fine, and it smelt a little weird down here for a couple days from the chemical, and then I thought nothing of it. And then I came downstairs, and I noticed I can't tell if it was a half digested shit out mouse or a regurged half digested mouse. I was
Oh.
like, I was like, okay, this is weird. Like her poops are always really nice. I very rarely feed rodents. Like she gets a
Yeah.
rodent maybe once a month. It's all insects and just leaner stuff.
Yeah.
So I'd given her a rodent about 5 days before, and I noticed that. And so I took it out, and I kind of even thought nothing of it. Like I don't know why. I just kind of was like, I guess because she's been so perfect. Like I was just kind of like, there's no way she's having any issues. And then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, that is weird. So like the next morning I went and checked up on her and I went to feed her and she was willing to eat, but she was very like something. It was like when you use nicks on a snake and they get those weird neurological symptoms.
Yep.
It was
Yep.
like that. She was her aim was shit. She was very like, she'd come to like look at me and then she'd fall to the side a little bit. Like
Yeah.
she had
Just
no
super
balance.
disoriented. Yeah.
Yeah, she was disoriented. Her balance was off. Her appetite was not there the first day I fed, actually, now that I think about it. And then the second day it was there, but it was
Yeah.
very faint. But she would eat because I fed her little stuff to test her. Because that's how I know. Like, okay, she's gonna eat. And so I
Yeah.
was like, okay, this is weird. And my first thought was the chemical. And I was texting Kayla, like, I'm like so worried about her. Like, if I lose this
Hmm.
Cayman, I'm not getting another one, right? Like,
No.
and I
Yeah.
don't want to lose her. I already, so when I got that Cayman, if you don't know, she had a really bad fungal infection, and I had to learn how to treat that, and I
Yep.
managed
And
to get it all under
fungal
control.
infections suck.
I dry docked her for like 3 months, and like had to give her water every fucking day, 3 times a day. It was a nightmare.
Yep.
And so I love that thing, and to have her like that, I was really worried. So I said, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna do a total water change and I'm gonna clean out the filter's homemade. I do a water change for that Cayman once a year. That's it.
Yeah.
That filter is so beefy. Caymans like they can handle dirty water. Her water's not dirty. It's
Yeah.
clean. I smell it. Like I can tell if you can tell if it smells bad. You're not
Yeah.
gonna go through the
Use
Absolutely.
motions
it.
of it. Take a swig. I'm fine after. It's clean water. But I'm like, some of this chemical must have, like, while it was aerosoled in the air, gotten into the water. That was the
Yeah.
only thing I could think of. So I did a total water change, took out all of her filter media minus the lava rocks because it's a homemade filter. Because
Yeah.
of course it's a homemade filter. Like, and
Absolutely.
so I washed it all out, and then I had like 4 shows booked for the next day. So I was like, fuck,
Yikes.
I'm gonna risk taking her.
Yeah.
Usually I'll be like, I'm not taking an animal that's stressed or has any issues. I made
Yeah.
the exception with her that day only because she's a low stress animal. She
Hmm.
like I can feed her if we could be 6 hours into shows, I could feed her in the bin. Like she does not
Yeah.
care. And B, I wanted to give the water a chance to cycle through the new filter media and kind of like warm
Rinse
up.
everything out without her being around, essentially.
Yeah, I didn't want to put her in cold water and just fuck her, metabolism up anymore. So,
Yeah.
long story long, I did that, and she's like probably 98% back to normal now. Like she's
Good.
feeding. And
Nice.
I've been fattening her up a little bit more just to make sure in case anything goes wrong again. She's got some extra weight to her. So
Yeah.
now she's doing good, but we had a bit of a scare.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah,
It's
it was
crazy
a
you say
scare.
that. I literally had the same issue last week where a pipe burst in my crawl space and it just blew sewage everywhere.
Jesus.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Did you had a cleaner team come over or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did they spray that stuff?
No, because it's in the crawl space. It's a dirt floor, so they just dug the dirt out. And
Oh, yep.
They found your body collection. They found your latex sex doll collection.
of course, yeah, of
Buried
course.
like body. They're like, "What's this carpet? What the hell? There's a hand sticking out of it."
Don't worry about it.
You ever
They're
see
like-
pictures of people getting rid of those like giant like silicone sex dolls, and you literally have to do like you're disposing a body? That's awesome. What were you gonna say, Brennan?
We went through insurance to get it repaired, and they're like, "Do you guys like store anything down there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got a TV, I got a couple PlayStations, my Porsche GT3 RS is down there." Like,
Yeah. My floor and now all that, like I'm in the basement right now. This is all salvageable. We're good, but I got a $5,000 payout, which was nice. So,
hell yeah.
That's not bad.
and I only have to replace like a couple boards, like over there. Like it's gonna cost me less than $100. So
Oh, nice.
I didn't even have to fight for it. Like I thought I was gonna be screwed because my deductible is like $2,500.
Yeah.
Like they were like, no, you're good. Like for 10 grand. So it's like, oh yes, plus all the fees for the cleaner and whatever, and I'm gonna get about $5,000. Anyway, no,
Nice. That's not bad at all.
insurance. Yeah, so it's pretty good. So yeah, I don't know what's So you got some new animals coming in, Coty, or what?
Yeah, I ended up unfortunately losing my male sailfin dragon. I had grabbed a pair last year. I say grabbed a pair last year. I ordered them last year sometime. They showed up a couple months ago. The male just had parasites. I did one round of treatment. He started putting on weight really well, so I ignored the second round of treatment. But unfortunately, I shouldn't have, and the parasites ended up getting the better of him. So I have two more sailfin dragons coming in, the Sulawesi black celebensis.
Beautiful.
Yeah, those are really nice. And then I've got two more Dumerals monitors coming in just to really get my odds a little bit better shot at getting a proper 1.1 pair, because I've got a probable, not 100%, but a probable male now. So I want to get a female for him. So I've got two more sailfins and then two more Dumerals monitors coming in to finish up some pairings.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I was telling you earlier, I don't know if those Dumerals reproduce.
Absolutely. The Dumerals is sitting right towards the edge of his cage. I'm going to grab him because it's right beside me.
Hell yeah. I like the Dumerals monitors. They are pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're nice size too, and like because
they're good.
Animal.
Yeah, they're a good mid-size monitor. They get like 3.5 with tail, but not bad looking at all.
Watching this
And
thinking
they don't
want a monitor. Don't go for a Savannah. Try to get it.
Don't. You know what? I wouldn't even say don't get a Savannah. Just know what you're getting into. Savannahs are incredible monitors. You just need to feed them bugs.
Yeah.
Like that's the biggest thing. Like keep them hot and feed them bugs. And Savannahs are actually an absolutely incredible monitor.
And
it's just everybody.
Not wet.
Yeah. Like they're a grassland monitor. They do not come from a desert. They come from grasslands. Give them dirt. Give them humidity. Keep them hot and feed them snails. Go to your local Asian grocery store and get the frozen snail meat, and that stuff works awesome for them. Even this little guy, like
they're good for them too. Like they're super lean and not
frog legs.
But
yeah, frog legs are good. Like when I worked at the zoo and we'd work even at the pet store with Savannahs, it was It was bugs, it was snail meat, shrimp, eggs, a lot of eggs, and then a ton of like the snail meat, frog legs here and there, just because it was expensive to get.
Yeah,
But the doom rolls are awesome, and I'm really excited. Once this guy gets comfortable, we're going to try all kinds of shellfish with him because these guys are crab and shellfish specialists. So I really want to try out the local market by me has like little red Asian crabs that are frozen. My cat's coming to investigate, so we're going to put him back. And the thing I like about these guys, I was looking at the black roughneck monitors as well when I was looking at doom rolls because these are essentially the brown roughnecks. But I opted for these guys because the only thing I do not like about black roughneck monitors is they get that like nose hump on the front of their like right behind their nostrils, and that was just not something I'm into.
Fair.
Free monitors kind of get that too.
A little bit,
like
A little one, a mini one.
Yeah.
Croc monitors don't.
They don't. They just have a cinder block for a head and teeth that'll ruin your life.
It's crazy to me that like if you were to ask me like what the most dangerous monitor, which is such a stupid question, but like just I was thinking about it at work. I got nothing to do there. Like the most dangerous monitor lizard, I'd have to really debate whether it's Komodos or Croc monitors, only because those teeth are like.
Honestly, I would almost with that. I would put Niles on that list because Niles are so like especially like a big male. Like if you get a 6-foot Nile monitor, he's not afraid of you. Like even the Nile at the zoo, she was a female. She was 4.5 foot. She wasn't huge, but she had some. If you opened the door, she would run you down. Like she would up on her back legs, charge at you. And like when I worked there, I was the only one who went into her exhibit, really. Like I would be the one to open the door. I would be the one to go in because she would actively like go out of her way to run down people out of her enclosure. She was nasty and I loved it. She was my favorite to do the public feedings with because I could get her to jump like a good 4 feet in the air and belly flop in the water and everything. She was awesome.
That's cool.
She's the animal out of everything. I miss her the most. She was the one that like she was my baby. She hated me. Not even. She was a Nile. That's just how Niles are. She was my baby.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like every time I say it like a big lizard that I get, Jay or Jesse are all like, they're stupid. That one sucks. Or like, that's a crap house lizard. It's like, I don't care. Dude. I want a fucking Nile.
I love Niles. Niles would be something. Niles, they're like tokays for me. I love them because I know what they're supposed to be like, and that's what I love about them.
Brennick, we talked about this a few weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago now. I now have a free-range tokay. I said, fuck it. I had 2 babies, and I said, you know what? I've been saying I'm going to do it for 10 years, and we were talking to Ron St. Pierre about it a month ago, and I said, fuck it, and I did it. And I saw him for the first time since like 2 nights ago, and he has.
Oh no way! Yeah, I bet. I've been tempted to put. I have a couple babies right now, and I've been tempted to put one in with the Caiman lizards and just let it do its thing. But I don't want to toss bugs into the Caiman lizard exhibit. I really want another. I really want another animal in with the Caiman lizards. Pardon?
What if you got it to tongue feed first, like reliably?
I know, that's what I was thinking too. The problem is tongue feeding when it's living with the parents, that they just steal all of the food.
How old is it?
Oh, it's like maybe 4 weeks.
Oh yeah, I would isolate it. Isolate it for a few weeks and get it there, and then throw it in. It won't take you long. You've done it before.
No. Yeah.
Just do an Ants Canada type of thing and just make a whole ecosystem.
Connect them all via hamster.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking? Like, I have such stupid ideas, but like when I'm working, I'm like I told you guys, I'm not a rat keeper. I don't like. I'm not really against racks. Like I understand, especially for breeders. It's just I keep
It's
Natracines. I can't really do them properly in racks.
Yeah.
But
no,
like if I was to do corns or something, I would do racks. I would definitely modify my tubs and stuff.
yeah,
Uh, but like I was thinking, like how cool would it be to just like have all the tubs have like those hamster tubes coming out of them, and you just like pick one every day and open it up, and you're like, oh
yeah,
wow, go fucking crazy, dude. Such a like
right.
stupidest idea for sure, but it's like that'd be awesome. How's that for enrichment?
That'd be wicked. I almost did that when I was, I think it was with the Sudans actually, is I had like 4x2x2s on top of each other, and I was tempted to take the air ventilation holes because they're 6 inches like open, and just take them off and attach PVC tubes between
Yeah,
the
I
enclosures so
thought
they could bounce around.
about doing it. There's somebody on I saw on TikTok a few weeks ago who did it for their it was their corn or their milk snake or something has like in
Yeah,
their enclosure has hamster tubes going around the room. That's
yeah.
fucking
I,
fun.
s-
Like it's
That's
silly,
kind of
but
sick.
I saw someone do it with, I think it was a pair or trio of Brazilian rainbow bows. They connected the enclosures and then had like little removable dividers so the male could come and go as he liked.
I want to do that with tokays and the garter snakes. I think it would be funny to see a garter snake like 40 feet away from its enclosure, just in a tube, going like, "What's up?"
Garter snakes would be awesome to do it for. Tokays would be
Yeah,
fun, but I feel like the problem with tokays is they would start laying eggs in those tubes, and the tubes would get
that's
so
true.
Just get
overcrowded.
blocked.
Yeah,
You'd have to use like the only thing you could maybe do is use clear tubes, like actual hamster tubes. Maybe that
yeah.
would
Like
prevent
you
it,
would
but
have to get clear tubes, and that would help prevent it. Because anytime like I've added PVC or bamboo tubes or anything for the tokays, they're like, oh sweet, a smooth surface, time to lay eggs.
yeah, we've got. I have this 36 by 18 by 18 enclosure I built out of wood, and I'm like, I was gonna put my fasciata in it, but I've kind of been debating on doing the ones in my Natracine room differently, and I want to have a couple garters upstairs just for like show and
Yeah,
like for a fun little display piece. And I was thinking about using that enclosure and doing like I have a couple males that I had with my two flame litters that I had last year that
yeah,
are like very minimal red, like they're like basically a normal with just some red speckling on the side. I love them. I love the look.
yeah.
The one male is a huge and he's got like some nice green banding on his neck. I was thinking about
Hmm.
grabbing two of those and then a male flame or something and then just like chucking them upstairs and
Exactly. Having a
like
nice
in that
display.
enclosure. And maybe
Yeah.
for that I'll put some hamster tubes coming out of it and have them go.
Yeah, honestly.
The
I've been
cat
debating
get to that pretty quick.
Yeah, I've been debating in the my living room putting a snake out here because it's just all lizards right now, but I want to have like a display snake. And I think if
Yeah,
I do, it'll be the falsies.
that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
I hate that all the snakes I like or like have, especially the bigger stuff, like are actively cannibalistic, so I can't keep them together. Like I would
Yeah.
love to do like a communal boiga tank, but they're so cannibalistic. The falsies I've seen people have success with, but it's such a gamble since they eat like anacondas and boas in the wild.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Well, you had some garter snakes. You could have done it with them.
We don't need to go there. I know.
My wound is still fresh.
I know.
Where did you sell them to?
Canadian mouse man, Tyrone.
Right, and he has some chapalas already, like some albinos that are
He,
grabbing.
he had some albinos. That's why he messaged or we talked about them as much as we did, is because he had the albinos. And I mentioned the rosy boas, and he was like, "Oh, what else do you have?" I was like, "I got the chapalas too." He's like, "I've got albinos," and so he
They're
ended up grabbing.
I might reach out to
Yeah,
him and be like, or like
do it.
maybe ask like Michael to ask Tyrone. That way he's like,
Yeah,
I'll give him to you cheaper. Because like
yeah,
I said, Tyrone doesn't know who I am, and I don't like to pay
yeah,
money for animals. So
yeah. And he ended up grabbing the Sudan plated baby that I had for sale too. I want to know what
right,
happened
yeah,
with that
and
because apparently.
Michael, it sold.
Michael said it sold, so I want to know who ended up with it
Okay.
because I want to like try and keep up with any of those babies.
Yeah.
The
You
the
guys
Sudans are
hold
very
the,
much like
sorry, do you guys think you can hold the fort down while I go pee? Because I've like
yeah.
4 years in. inside.
Do it up.
But yeah, the Sudans for me were very much like they're a passion project. I only got them as a random hiccup. I actually ended up trading a guy messaged me when I had my mangrove monitors for sale. I had a pair of mangrove monitors. He messaged me. He's like, "Hey, I've got these Sudan plateds for sale, cage and everything." And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Like, why the hell not? I'll try something else different out." And God, did I fall in love with them fast. And once they started like producing eggs, I was like, "Oh, if I'm the only one who's doing this right now, there's no way I can get rid of this project." And I've just fallen in love with them. They're like if a blue-tongued skink and a paranoid agama had a baby, because they will sit there and they'll peek their little like sausage heads out over the glass, because the glass of their enclosure is like almost at eye level with me now. So they'll just peek over the rim of the enclosure and watch me. But if I open it, they dip, they bail so fast. And then after they run into their cork tube or whatever, they'll peek out because they know that I'm the food man, but they also know that I grab them. And they hate being grabbed.
Yeah, I used to see them like very, very, very occasionally, and there'd be like one or two at the expos. I haven't seen them forever.
No, I think the importing of them slowed down a lot. And honestly, like even with the captive breeding that I've been doing, like I don't think they're ever going to be as big as some of the other things, but definitely the popularity will increase. But it's hard because like you can get a wild caught Sudan plated for what, 120 to $200 still here. Mm-hmm. So like trying to sell captive breds for anything close to like the effort I'm putting into them is just impossible.
Yeah.
So like when
the same as like skinks, like blue tongue skinks, without any morphs, like they should be a similar price CBB. I would think. I
wish, because like CBB blue tongues, you're getting 4 to 6 sometimes.
Yeah, they deserve it, I think.
Yeah, the plateds, I'm lucky usually. Like honestly, almost all of the ones that I've sold have gone to close friends. But like the few that I have sold other to the not friends, I'll be lucky if I get like $354 for them. Most of the time, people don't want to pay more than $2 for them because they can. It's the same as anything that has a plethora of wild caught cheap availability, where they're like, "Oh, why would I get this captive bred Savannah monitor for $200 when I can buy a $60 wild caught baby?"
Mm-hmm. Well,
so these guys.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say these guys very much fall under that umbrella where it's like, yeah, wild caught is still prevalent enough and cheap enough that captive bred, like people just don't care for.
It's awful.
That's true. They'll have their day though.
Oh, exactly. Especially like I think, especially now that I'm seeing like the last year or so, I have been seeing more and more people who have pretty much figured out the captive breeding on them. Like there's a couple people stateside who have it, I think, nailed down. There's a guy in Asia who has it pretty nailed down. I do think their popularity is going to increase. I don't think they'll get to blue tongue skink level, but I think because I don't think they'll ever be as friendly. I don't think they're ever going to be the chill like sausage lizard. I think they're always going to have a little bit more hesitantness, but I do think they'll get to like where you're like your painted agamas or even euros. They'll get to that level.
That's another one I don't see a lot of anymore is agamas.
No, agamas, again, you can get wild caught like most species of agamids wild caught for like $40. So no one puts any effort into really trying to breed them in that. And that's the hard part. It's like I bet if you could buy baby Savannah monitors wild caught for $250 a piece, people would put effort into figuring out how to breed them. But when they're $60 each, no one cares.
Pollard lizards, that's one I don't see enough.
Yeah.
You know what? Who was it? It was Top Shelf Geckos, James. He had the Wichita collards and a couple of others, I think. And he was killing it. The problem is everybody sees what an adult collared lizard is like, and they're like, "Oh, cool, I'll get babies." And then they get them, and the babies aren't like that. It takes a couple of years to get these animals to that, and it takes real effort, not just like casually getting one and hoping for the best. So like even the collared lizards, I was seeing him producing and selling in 6 months they bounced around between 3 different homes. So I'm pretty sure he got out of it. Like he sold off all of his collared lizards because he was so sick of seeing them just being discarded. I'm pretty sure.
You know what's crazy though? Like, baby collared lizards are cuter than baby bearded dragons.
Baby collared lizards are in the top like 3 or top 5 most adorable baby reptiles, right alongside like baby Euros are up there. Baby Euros are adorable.
They are cute, fat little faces.
Yeah, I am partial, and I'll always be biased. Baby plated lizards are adorable because they come out of the egg literally like a miniature version of the adults. They are fat, they are pudgy, they're these little sausages. They don't have a weird tail on them. They look like they've been alive for 6 months already.
Yeah. Night lizards is a big one for me. Edward posted some a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And like that, when my next, I love lizards. Like, I don't know where I see like Creature Crossing going in the next like 5 years, because like I'm doing all the outreach stuff and now I'm trying to start breeding again. I don't see where it's gonna go. It's gonna go.
You need blue tongues. That's what you need. You need, honestly, realistically, if you're going to dip your toes into lizards, you need lizards that can do well with like pre-prepared or meat-based diets and avoiding having bugs.
That's true.
Bugs are
a bitch. I gotta breed all my own.
I know. Like I'm getting better now, but like when I had a lot more, like when I was in the mid 60s level of animals, I was going through 1,000 superworms and 1,000 crickets every single week. And oh my God, is it so expensive now? I didn't realize, because I was getting zoo discounts at the zoo, which is like cost basically. I went to get some crickets like shortly after leaving the zoo, and it was $35 for 1,000 crickets. And I was like, that's robbery.
I would come in my pants if I had to pay $35. Almost.
Yeah, I can't imagine what you have to pay.
1,000 fucking crickets.
Oh, how do you even get crickets out there?
The same way you do. They just take a shit ton longer to get here.
Yeah,
and they're way more dead.
Yeah, you just need to buy roach. You just need to buy roach colonies and get breeding them.
I do. You know what, dude? I hear horror stories about gout, though.
So if you feed your roaches properly and you still have variety, don't just feed them one type. Like get 2 or 3 different varieties of roach.
And I would do like superworms, mealworms.
Yeah, like you're way more likely to get gout in your animals if you're feeding more superworms and mealworms than you are roaches.
I'm gonna believe you.
Yeah, like superworms.
Any more research, and I'm gonna believe you.
Superworms are great, and I do enjoy them. But like, oh my God, are they one of the most like fat and protein dense friggin' things? And this is again just me like talking from experience. I haven't done like a ton of research onto like the ash content, the calcium content, and that. But like any time that I went heavy on superworm feedings for certain animals, like my Aussie water dragons that I've got, which totally forgot to mention those. But the Aussie water dragons, when I was going heavy on superworms for them, my good God, did they pack on weight like it was nothing. They got fat so fast.
Oh, Brennick, do you like my new mic or what? Does it sound good?
I do like it. I noticed it at the beginning.
So much nicer than my old one, dude. It looks nice. It's got this weird little bass. Not to totally derail the subject, but like I said, you remember the Jared Cook episode. I'm talking about this mic. It's not expensive, but it looks nice.
I'm going to see if I can get one of these Caiman lizards to come down and say hi.
How are they? Are they like pretty chill?
They're tegus. Like they're going through tegu puberty. So like, yeah, like they are. Everybody always wonders what their attitude is like. And I'm like, right now, because they're in a new enclosure, they're a little bit nervous. So they're not crazy. But I'm like, in their old enclosure, if I opened it, they would open mouth charge me down. Come here, sweetie. Oh, the female's sitting out. Oh. No, they're pretty good right now. Like this is the female. She's the smaller of the two, but she's still awesome.
What are your temps in there?
Basking site is at about 125-ish now, 120-ish. And then ambient temps sit about 80. Water temp is about 74.
How much? How many hours a day, roughly, would you say they're in the water?
The male is spending the better part of like 8 hours a day in the water. Because so hold on, I will try and see if I can. Can I flip my camera somehow on this? I don't think I can. Oh, maybe. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
What an idiot! I knew that was gonna happen too, because the last friggin' guy that used a phone did that exact same thing. Ah, freaking dum-dum. I should have warned him.
Don't do it.
Oh, look, here he's back.
There we go. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just gonna turn the camera around. So I don't know if you can see that like yellow line there.
Yep.
That's his tail. His face is right here. So he sits in this cork round that is sitting on the edge, just dangling, so they can get in and out easier. He sits in there most of the day. He's still like, it's a new enclosure. They've only been in there for like 5-6 days, so they're still pretty nervous. They're still a little unsure, but he's in there most of the day. The female, I would say, spends probably about 3 or 4 hours in the water total a day, which is still a lot.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get him out here.
I'm impressed with your water flow.
I got a pond filter that is meant for a 1,200-gallon pond.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
But like, the male is huge, even compared to the female. He's big. And he's gonna bite me square in the face. He's pissed that I pulled him out of the water, soaked.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I hate
but no,
water,
I ordered it.
and those are awesome.
It's funny because when I like had the boas and when I started getting into lizards with my jeweled lacerda, I said that I would never have an animal that had like a big ass water feature because I hated doing water changes and stuff. Almost everything I have now, for the most part, is a semi-aquatic species. Other than like my tokays, my plated lizards, and the boas and boiga. Everything else, the false waters, the Dumerals monitors, the wood turtles, everything's semi-aquatic.
I think I told you I was gonna take the risk of doing semi-aquatic enclosures for all my Natricines as I start to build my enclosures and stuff. I'm like confident that I have a way to safely do it. I'm pretty sure.
Realistically, like I did when I was like setting them up when I worked at the pet store and stuff. When we got water snakes in, I always set them up semi-aquatic. I think the two things people fail water snakes at the most is your airflow, and temperature. I think people don't give them enough airflow, and they give them too much water. Give them enough that they can get in and they can soak around. But the other part of their enclosure, bone dry. So the one water snake enclosure that I set up, they were baby water snakes. They were probably only like maybe 8 inches long each. We had 4 of them. And I set them up with like a 2-gallon cat litter pan, essentially, full of water. So it took up about a third, maybe half of the enclosure. But the rest of the enclosure, I used gigantic pet like riverbed stones that were like 6 times the size of their head. So they couldn't swallow it, even if they were dumb enough to try. But like giant riverbed stones with some dirt and sand underneath and like fake grass popping out. So like when they went onto the stones, it was dry immediately. And then the heat was over those stones. So it literally like baked the rocks. Never once did I have a skin issue, ever. I think people just don't realize that like their dry areas need to be dry. You can't have the water and then dampness. You have to have water and then dry because it's that sitting, and you have to keep your water clean. You cannot just do a water bowl that you're going to change once every 10 days. Like if you're doing a water without a filter of any kind, you have to clean it every 2 or 3 days.
Dude, if I did a water change every 10 days for my Diamondbacks, I would be cleaning out fucking shit soup. Like they're in there every night.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
And I fully think like, yeah, cleanliness, super important. Dry, land, super important. Ventilation, I like can't say enough. I think is so much bigger than people give it credit for, and it seems
Yeah.
like people are talking about it more these days. For anything, like
Yeah.
I heard Michael Gillen talking about it with Subox and other shit like that. That you want to or Rose, not maybe it was Rosy Boas that don't like humidity, like, and people are keeping them in Florida. You got to ventilate them. I think Nerodium
I
is different.
I will die on the hill that for 80% of reptiles, humidity is a non-issue. It is your airflow that is the problem. Because
Yeah,
I have kept so many arid species like bearded dragons, my plated lizards, even the frill dragons when I had them for a while. They never dropped below 60% humidity ever. But the airflow is crazy on them. So
yeah.
I never had an issue. Like my bearded dragons, when I had them and was breeding them, they were always around 60 to 75% humidity, always, nonstop. But it was a big enclosure. They had a crazy hot spot, and they had great airflow, not only in the enclosure, but in the room itself was constantly cycling air. They were great. They were phenomenal.
Yeah, I got a lot of fans going in here. I think ventilation is. I
Yeah.
think when people see when I'm done, when I get to it, whatever, my Natracine enclosures, they're gonna be worried because they're gonna be
Yeah.
like, it's not gonna be a lot of water. Like I'm not gonna go over half the enclosure. I probably
Yeah.
won't even get to half the enclosure, but there's gonna be water, and it's
Yeah, enough for them to sit and soak in.
yeah, and like, but it's all ventilated. I'm gonna do all filters. Like I just
Yeah.
think there's a way to do it, and people don't.
Absolutely. Nope. It's the same. Like, look at 25 years ago, actually, probably closer to 35 now. Forget how long I haven't even been doing this long, and I feel like I've been doing it for so long. But, like, look at
I
people
feel
used
like
to
that
keep.
too.
I know. It's funny because sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'm still kind of like newer to some of this. And I'm like, I've been doing this for like 15 years. Wow.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
But it's look at chameleons, like chameleons back in the early 2000s. Everybody kept them in fish tanks, and they would wonder why these chameleons would get respiratory infections and die so quick. And they were like, "Oh, we're spraying them too much. We're doing this too much." It's like, no, you had basically a 3-inch barrier of the most disgusting bacteria-ridden air you could ever imagine, and then you have tried ventilation. And that's why people are like, "Oh, you have to use screen cages for chameleons." No, you don't. You use the proper reptile terrariums that have the vents on the bottom, the vents on the top. Worst comes to worst, get a little USB powered like computer fan, stick it on the top of the enclosure so it's pulling air out. Spray your enclosure twice a day if you need to. You'll never have a problem. A
Have you
little
used
bit
the
of
extra air
effort.
ones? The fans?
That's
The little.
honestly. No, I haven't gone that route yet, just because I haven't had the chance. Because I have a ton of like the 4-inch by 4-inch, like literally USB plug-in fans that you can screw into the walls. So I screw those in over my pre-existing vent holes, and one so they pull air out. And I've always had success that way.
Nice.
But no, I think the Exoterra, like the fans that they made, those little like fans for the enclosure, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant because it's been a necessity for so long, and people are really only realizing within the last couple of years how important ventilation is or not even ventilation, but airflow specifically compared to humidity.
Yeah, I think ventilation and airflow should be talked about as much as humidity. Same
Absolutely.
level.
I 100% agree. Because when you
Like
look
the
at,
care
like,
sheet
again,
should have ventilation on it. Even though they should all be ventilated, the care sheet should mention ventilation.
100%. When you look at animals, especially like, again, your arid species, bearded dragons, Aki monitors, yeah, the humidity in the air isn't necessarily super high all the time, but those animals will spend a good portion, 30, 40, almost 50% of the hot days, especially, buried underground. And when you look at like Dave Kaufman's videos are a good example of this. when he goes to those areas for the animals and he looks into their burrows, the burrows are always 80, 90, 100% humidity.
Yep.
And those animals are spending a third of their day, half their day, every day in those burrows. It's not humidity that's the problem at that point. You have to, like, that's the biggest clue in it. It's not humidity. And on that note, when you look at tropical species, you have to know how to heat them properly to keep them properly. Crested geckos are my favorite example of this. Is people are like, oh, never keep your crested geckos above 80 degrees Fahrenheit. What? I don't like that because, again, when you look at them in the wild, it's never really below 80 degrees Fahrenheit. It's always 80, 85, 90. But the heat is different. A heat bulb is literally frying your animals. It's turning them into crispy bacon. When I kept crested geckos and Leachianus geckos and Chahua geckos and gargoyle geckos, I think I kept them all close to 90 degrees Fahrenheit constantly in their warmest areas. And then the bottom of the tank, the cool air, was still sitting at 80 degrees. But the humidity was always like 85%. And I used ceramic heat emitters. I never used a heat bulb for them. So there was never this direct beam of intense heat. It was a radiating ambient heat.
Good thing.
And that's I think the biggest not even issue, but one of the big problems. People are like, it's heat or no heat, but they don't talk about the type of heat and how it's heating the enclosure. Other than with snakes, people talk about it all the time with snakes, with heat tape versus radiant heat panel versus a basking bulb, but they don't do it enough with, especially not geckos.
You know what's crazy is I've used heat tape, I've used heat panels, I've used heat pads like in the past.
Yeah.
I have never used them once in my personal collection. I have been
Really?
an overhead keeper my entire life, and I will always be that way. And it's not that I'm not willing to like adapt and whatever. Like if I seriously, for the species I keep, I think it's the best. I really do.
Well, especially because you keep a ton of like North American and like sunny North American species, 100% makes sense. And honestly, the more that I like have kept stuff with like heat tape and heat cable and stuff, the more that I do definitely think like the ceramic heat emitters, halogen bulbs and stuff are the way to go.
Good news, boys. Remember I lost my fourth beer? It was behind my laptop.
Hey.
I found it.
Oh, that's great.
This one's a drinking podcast. We usually don't record on Fridays, but I had to scrap an episode a few weeks ago. And so I needed to make up for one, especially because we're going to, I'm pretty sure our next recording date, I'm going to be gone, Brennick, so we won't be able to record. So
Okay.
we might have to do another 2 weeks where I need to make up for another one. But it's Friday, so I'm allowed to drink.
Yeah.
Cheers. And Cody's a buddy. Cody and I. Cody, how the hell did we start talking?
Damn. It's been a long time.
I don't even know. I don't think I know.
I feel like we like probably back and forth chatted a bit. Like it was definitely when I was still at the pet store.
It was when you were at the pet store.
It was when you still worked at the Hamilton pet store.
Yes.
So it's been a while. It was probably like
online before we met.
Yeah. Big time, yeah.
Tokays?
That I think the Tokays were probably what really like connected us, yeah.
It must have been.
That's how I talked to Coty before too.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Do you remember that?
Cody and I were both doing Tokays.
So vaguely, but yes. It's funny because when Braden even mentioned like you, I was like, fuck, I've definitely talked to him, but I cannot remember for the life of me what it was about.
Yeah,
I was trying to find a male Tokay, and you only had granites, and I'm like, I just want a normal.
Yeah, and the more I looked at it, the more like even the ones that I have, definitely like not granites. From like what I did some research on. What is
Brennick,
this?
I didn't have normals.
No, you had. I think I bought a female off of you, and then I was looking for a
Oh,
unrelated male. But I ended up
gotcha.
getting a 14-inch male from Quebec, and it was bigger than my Leachianus. Swear to
From
God.
the I forget her name, but was it a girl?
Couldn't tell you. I don't remember. It
There
was
Oh,
was a
sitting
girl
with
out
one of my
in
buddies.
Quebec who had powder blues too.
What about those? What about those?
that's Nicole Thorne, or is she just out of Montreal?
I don't remember.
She was the one who I got my friendly pair off of when I had the pair that I could actually like handle and interact with.
I had a handleable one too. I got him from, or her, sorry, it was a female from a guy named Brandon. And he was just like kind of a down low keeper who kept some emerald tree boas, grain tree pythons, and tokay
Hell
geckos.
yeah.
Yeah, and he gave me a female tokay who was tame, and I used her for educational programs.
Do you still have the
Yeah.
male I sold you?
No, the male you sold me went with a group of. It went as a. I sold it as a trio, a sister pair, and a male. He was paired to both of them. I don't know about you, Cody. I've never had. I could never do more than one female with a male, unless they were sisters. That was the only way
So
I could do it.
the way that I did it was I ended up buying I think two females at the same time. I put them together for a year before I introduced the male, and then I put a male in with them, and I have had 90% success. Every now and then, like if I forget a feeding here and there, the females will sometimes eat each other's eggs. But like all of the tokays that I've been producing for the last forever have come from a trio of two unrelated females.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't tried in years because I just am like, it's not worth the hassle to me. I've always done
it's
sister pairs
re-
or a pair.
Yeah, realistically, like I think space is a big one. Like so, like my trio is in a 2 foot by 2 foot by 4 foot tall, so it's a good size. But I think you have to have your females. It's almost like you have to bond your females before you introduce the male, or they will fight for them.
Yeah, I had that happen a few times. But I can't remember where your male went to, but he's somewhere else now. Fuck, he was awesome though. He was
He
like
was
just
handleable.
shy. He was pretty good. Yeah, he's more handleable than my guy now. He was just shy of my guy now, who's pushing like 12 inches.
Yeah,
Like it's the same one Coty that I would brag to you about because he was so fucking big.
I know, right? I want to properly measure my big male because I want to know how big he's gotten. But he actually, I ended up like the last year with everything that went down, I like not even like neglected, but slowed down on feeding for sure. So like a few animals lost some weight, but it's not anything bad. Like if anything, it's probably better because a few of them were getting fucking chunky. But I want to see how big this male is because when I measured him 2.5, 3 years ago, he was 13 inches.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
they're so big.
But the last time I tried to measure him, I misgrabbed him and he got like the edge of my thumb, but had my wrist with his feet, and he almost broke my thumb. Like he tried to barrel roll, and I thought he was gonna break my thumb for sure. So I haven't touched him once since the last time I tried to weigh him because I was like, I just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, I believe it, dude. I don't even try. My male's pretty laid back. Like I can work with him if I have to. He's not gonna like it, but my female she's small for a female and he's big for a male, but she's the boss.
Yeah.
She decides everything.
Oh, I wish. No, my male, like especially if there is live babies roaming around the tank, if I am in the tank even decorating or like renovating too long, he will go out of his way to like ruin my day. He will come out of his bamboo tube and try and bite the shit out of me. He is the most parental animal I've ever interacted with. He sits like
girl, dude.
Really, he sits on his eggs more than the females do. Like they lay usually in one tube. The females will be doing their thing, and he'll sit there just like laying on the eggs all day long.
That's awesome.
He's a great dad.
I just have the one pair now. Unfortunately, I lost my green-eyed geckos. I lost my female, and then maybe 6 months later, my male passed. I don't know
damn.
how old they were. They were wild caught. I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you. I got them as adults, but fuck, they were awesome. That's another one I'd love to get again because we were right into the true geckos, man. Like we were thinking about getting all the other species, and
I know.
that's
I
my
think the
last
only
farm.
other green eyes I'm still on the fence for. Like if once I do all my cage upgrades and everything, and I have like a little bit of space for another, say like 2x2x4, green eyes are on the list, and same with the starry nights. Now that they're a reasonable price point.
Yeah, try the green eyes, dude. They were like, it wouldn't surprise me if I like was able to produce them a little better because I think I only produced 1 or 2 babies.
Yeah.
I think it wouldn't surprise me if they were like ended up being my favorite of the true geckos. They're so and their
Right.
call is so awesome. Like their
I've
call
never
is
heard them.
really cool. It's
Yeah.
I'm the only person that I know of. I haven't checked in a few years on YouTube who has a full green-eyed gecko call on videotape.
Oh,
I
no
uploaded.
way.
Yeah, and because there was another guy who, when I uploaded mine, there was only one other person who had it, but it was just the beginning of the call. You know how true geckos usually have 2 parts to their call?
Yeah, where it's like almost like a motor where it's like starting up a little bit
Yes.
and then they get into the call.
Yes. So the tokeis were like the motor starting, and then they go,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
they say tokay. The green
Yeah.
eyes are a little less dramatic, I guess you could say, but they don't go the motor, they go, and then they go,
Oh. Yeah.
like it's
Oh,
weird.
that's cool. Okay, yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna. I want to do like I'd love to do the green eyes. I want the starry nights, the Predopoda or however the hell you pronounce it. But the starry night tokeis are out of this world, and now that they're not like $4,000 a friggin' piece,
Yeah. I
they.
would get that's when I get back into. And Cuban Nightingales, I'm still in love with them, and I want to get into them. It's the
I want the
insect, man.
blues. I want the blues or the Oh, what are the other big species of anoles? There's the Anolis equestris. No, what are the like really high like white and yellows?
Smallwood eye.
Yes, the smallwood eye. God, do I love the smallwood eye.
I'm not as big into the blues, but I like the Smallwood eye.
The problem with the blues, and I'm sure everybody's seen this, is people got so preoccupied with producing them, they sacrificed all of the quality. I don't see really any of the like the blue beauty anoles that are blue. It's this is like greenish blue with a little bit of yellow here and there. But like when I was interested in them, it was like the most blue with like crazy thick yellow from the eye to the shoulder. But now, again, you look at it like crested geckos. Look at the quality that you get for what you're going to pay for. It's just not there.
Oh yeah, for sure. One day
I'm gonna have
figure out the
Cresty
best
people
way.
jumping down my throat for my Cresty opinion. Keep your Cresties warm. Keep them superhuman. Stop breeding crested geckos. For the love of
Nobody
God.
watches this show, dude. Don't worry.
They're feeder geckos, guys. Like
I'm supposed to be getting.
Honestly,
Go ahead, buddy.
I was gonna say when I had the most beautiful. I think it was a male with 3 female Cresties. And they were all like the super wedge head, harlequin, tricolor, fucking whatevers. They were crazy nice. I specifically got them to breed them as food for my lychees. Every baby that I had, if I wasn't wholesaling it, I was feeding it to my lychees.
Yep.
And that was the best thing I ever did because the lychees, when I was feeding them Cresties regularly, did not have those nasty liquid poops.
Thank you.
Feed your lychees whole prey items. But my problem was I was taking advice from lychee breeders on like, oh, make sure you calcium this and do this because this is what I do for successful eggs. If you feed whole prey and you give them calcium supplements, all of your babies will die in the eggs because the eggshells are way too thick for the babies to be able to tear out of them. I lost so many lychee babies in the last like 3 weeks of incubation because they couldn't get out of their egg.
Wow.
Did you do like pure locality? lychees?
Yep. I have pure New Annie locale.
Hell yeah.
Yep. That'll be a species I never do again. Lychees. I think they're cool. They're really nifty. For me, they are not worth the effort of cleaning up after them.
No. My wife has one. She's got a Grand Terre.
Oh, yeah. That's
I
wicked.
remember when I was a kid, I was like, there's like a viral video of a lychee on us eating like a banana, and it just is
Yeah.
huge, and it's like
Just
wrinkly
like,
and,
yeah, just ripping through it. Yeah.
yeah, and I remember watching that and being like, I want one of those. And I worked, the only lychees I worked with, I experienced some when I volunteered with a couple, like a company that I won't name just in case they don't want me to.
Yeah.
Like a local Toronto one. And then I did, we had lychees at the zoo, and we used some of them for like programs. And it was pretty small. Like it was only like 7 inches long, but it was pretty cool. I liked
Yeah.
it, I guess. I'd rather have true geckos, like the calling geckos, personally.
100%. Yep.
I want some of those
Yeah.
peach head tokays, like the pieds.
Oh, the pieds.
Oh, yeah. The pieds are neat.
We told Ron St. Pierre, or I said to Ron St. Pierre, the things that they're doing with tokay geckos in Asia it's pretty incredible. Like, yeah, they're all
It's
fat,
wild.
but they're all tame. They're beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Well, if you want morph tokays, shoot a message to Ashley at Northern Lights, because I asked for like a list from her, and it had like tokay morphs. Just please inquire.
Okay.
Yeah, or if you want pink coach whips, ask Ashley.
Yep.
She has a
pink
lot
coach
of them. She's not gonna watch this, but like I might send her.
No. Just send her that little snippet.
Yes. Alert everybody who listens to Creature Crossing. This is not the beer talking. Ashley has pink coach whips right now. You have to message her tonight, or you want to. That's the one I'm gonna send her.
Message
Yeah.
tonight, and you'll get 25% off on your next order.
Message tonight, you will get 50% off pink coach whips only. Did you see Tom Ellis's photo of the pink coach whip he heard?
Yeah,
I
saw your
did, and I
comment.
almost.
I commented on it.
Of course.
It's, you know what's funny about it is like it's not funny anymore. That's why I keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because I do not think it's funny anymore.
The joke has passed, and now you're just pestering her, and that's so much funnier.
And there's other people who are still doing it that I think they still find it funny.
Yeah.
I don't think it's funny anymore. And that's what makes it funny, is that
Yeah, you're committing to the bit now. That's all it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna commit to that bit. Coty, could you do me a favor before we keep going?
Yeah.
If you're good to keep going, could you? Your connection looks a little wonky the last 10 or so minutes. Is there? And do you have? Any
How do I
idea
fix
why?
that?
I don't know.
No. Nothing has changed on my end. I have to dip out in a couple minutes anyways.
Oh, really?
Like probably another 10 minutes or so. Unfortunately, because I have a bunch of work buddies. Yeah, I have a bunch of work buddies who are wanting to do something tonight. So
Okay, that's fine. Can let's just stay then. It's not a big deal. Like I just can't see you very well, and I miss your face. That's all. But I'm gonna.
do I need to move because of the lighting?
No, the light's fine. The light's fine. Who cares?
Okay.
When it comes to the show, I'm not concerned about quality.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Well, if you are getting ready to leave me, why don't you tell me? Your collection has changed a lot in the last couple months. You're getting your pairs that you want to complete, and you've gotten rid of the stuff that's come to its end for now, maybe forever, maybe.
Yeah.
Do you have anything aside from the pairs that you mentioned to complete that you're like, within the next near future, these are like species that I need to work with.
I think the only other ones where I'm like, I really want, like desperately, are the Chinese crocodile lizards, the Shinosaurus. I would commit a felony to get a pair or a trio of Shinosaurus.
Are they available in Canada?
There are people who have them in Canada. They are not available in Canada. I know 2 people, like Reptiliatus, he has a pair, and then I think it's Coty Joe at the reptile shop out in
That would make sense.
Red Deer. I think he has 2 pairs, but I think they're older, and I don't know if they're producing at all.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't know of any in Canada, and because they're CITES Appendix 1, I can't get them. It's whatever's here is here. That's it.
That's how I feel about my Cyclura.
Yeah, this guy never shuts up about it.
Don't get me started. I would, again, same thing. I would commit a terrible crimes for a pair of Lewisai hybrids. I would love a Lewisai hybrid more than anything else.
I just want rhinos.
Brennick knows it for me.
At least rhinos are in Canada. Rhinos float around. There's like 12 rhinos in Canada that I see on Kijiji every like year or so.
Brother, send them to me. I will buy all of them.
You just made.
I will for sure.
One second.
Yeah.
Where's he going? Where the hell is he going?
Who knows?
No, seriously, if you just send him to him because he's like he actually wants. Like he'll pay anything.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, you showing your?
Oh, that's. I love that so much. See, the rhinos don't do it for me for the same reason that the black roughnecks don't. Is like the lumps all over them, whereas the Lewisais, they get like the nasty, gnarly spikes all over. I love how spiky a rock iguana is.
Do you guys remember what I here, where I was like, I know Cyclura are your thing, so I'll let you go, Brannick. But I just gotta say, Cuban animals, Cuban rocks are my favorite Cyclura. I love them.
See, I like the Cuban rocks a lot, but anything that's blue, I'm an absolute sucker for. If it's blue or solid black, I'm pretty much sold on it as is. So the Lewisai hybrid stuff is always a dream.
Have you seen the cristata?
I don't think so.
Check that out. It's like a tokay. It's like a tokay. It's blue and orange, but it's a Cyclura.
That's wicked.
What are they? I'll show them right now.
I believe it's Cyclura Rileyi cristata, or it might be Figginsii.
Oh, they're a Rileyi like subspecies.
Okay, here we go. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. Whoa, they got pink in them.
Oh, that might be the wrong one.
Okay, what do I got? Cyclura Rileyi cristata. What's next?
Figginsii.
Okay, Figginsii. How many fucking names do they have?
There's a lot.
Too many.
Oh, San Salvador iguana. Okay, I got you. It's Rileyi now, apparently.
Mm.
Let me check this, and you can let me know if it's right or not. Oh, this doesn't look right either. Let me search this. Hold on, and then I'll get you out of here, Coty.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, I have to adjust where I'm sitting though.
Whatever. I got one picture for you. Is that good enough?
It's not Figginsii.
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh yeah, it's the Cyclura Rileyi cristata. Here. Do you see that?
Oh yeah, that is what I.
Oh, whoa! Those are wild.
Hold on.
It's the Exumas that are pink.
Those are cool. I got it for you right here. You can look at it a little better. There you go. It's like fucking blurry. Whatever. It's good enough.
What the hell? See, that is wicked. No, those are wicked, but it's the thing with the Lewisii, and that separates it is the Lewisii have the spikes everywhere.
They do have them. I do like Lewisii. Lewisii, dude. Okay, like I was in like grade. Let's see. I would have been in grade 2, maybe 3, and you're Big Al's, which is like a pet store chain here, which has a sometimes decent reptile selection. I got a Natrix Testolata from Big Al's once, not bad. And they had a poster that they did in probably 2006 or 7, and they sold these blue wristbands for the Grand Cayman blue iguana, and you would donate $3, and they'd give you a blue wristband for them, and I fucking loved it. I had so many of them. I had dozens and dozens of them, and I remember doing like a speech that I basically went up to my teacher and I said, "Can I do like an impromptu speech?" Like, it wasn't for class. It was, can I do one for the class? And I did it about the Grand Cayman blue iguana and like their conservation and stuff.
Yeah,
and
the owner down there at the Stony Creek Big Owls was like huge into the conservation of those.
Like back in the day, because I think it's different now.
Yeah.
Are you talking about? Do you remember his name?
I don't.
Fuck,
but
man.
I remember I used to go in there and talk to him about it because I obviously
like a skinny guy.
Yeah, he's got like
yeah. Same guy. He's not there anymore, but I don't know what the hell he's doing. Is his name not Dave? I think his name was Dave. Whatever. I'm pretty sure his name is Dave, but I could be wrong. But anyway, I was like obsessed with sorry if that was loud. I was obsessed with blue iguanas, like seriously. And then once I worked at the zoo, we had a Cuban rock, and he was like such a cunt, man. He was such a fucking ass. I would go to feed him every day and care for him, and he would like get all high and mighty, like fuck you. And he'd like
they're such arrogant animals.
But then I was like, so he left. I can't remember where he went, but we sent him somewhere. I don't remember if it was. I almost think it was. I don't remember where we sent him. We sent him somewhere. And then I remember as soon as we gone, I was like, holy fuck, I miss him. Like, I just thought he had so much personality despite him being an asshole. You know
exactly.
I mean? So that's where I've always been like a sucker for Cuban animals. Like, I love Cuban animals, Cuban crocodiles, Cuban anything. Like, and you can get some Nerodi in Cuba sometimes too. So not often, but sometimes. So cool. Coty, are you ready for me to usher you out of here, or what?
I think so, yeah.
All right, so what you'll do, if you're cool with it, is just if anybody wants to follow you, whatever you'd like to plug, go ahead.
Yeah, so the main pages would be Leviathan Reptiles on Facebook or Instagram. So hopefully getting a little more active on those. It's been a little slow since I haven't really been breeding a whole lot, but now that things are picking up a little for me and I'm in a better place, then hopefully that'll pick up more and I'll actually get the posting around a little bit more often. So definitely check out Leviathan Reptiles, especially if you want to see some really interesting lizards like the Caiman lizards and the Dumerals monitors and the plateds.
Wow. And all that stuff will be in the description. Let me just say, Coty, you've been my friend for a long time, buddy. I think you're one of the best. So keep going.
Thank you.
And if you're ever like, you know what? I feel like getting some likes. I don't know if you guys saw it. I did a stupid ass reel about garter snakes the other day. It blew up on Instagram. It's got like 1,000 and something likes. It's got like hundreds of shares. It's going nuts. And only one person tried to give me trouble for saying the word fuck.
Oh, Jesus, of course.
Dude, make some reels. It's at 13.8K views. It's got 1,665 likes. It's like, it's 10 minutes to make.
Yeah, like, that's like I have a video when I got my plateds trying to tickle their back and just wiggling around. It's got like 400,000 views on TikTok or something.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
My video I'm talking about didn't do good on TikTok. It did okay on YouTube, but Instagram it like took off. I used to get like 1,500 to like 6,000 likes per post on Instagram back when I was really into the garters. Well, back when I was first really into the garters, I'm really into them again. and then I disappeared for 2 years, and I came back, and it's like 4 likes a post. That algorithm fucks you when you disappear, dude. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah. Anyway, check out Coty's stuff. It's all in the description. Coty, I love you, man. I really appreciate you coming on. I'll see you.
Love you too. Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks for coming.
We're gonna be
Of
we're gonna be
course.
sharing a bed, Coty and I, pretty soon. So
Yeah.
Make sure you record it for me.
yeah, we will. I'm gonna end this
Thank you.
thing here. Coty, just stay in for a couple seconds just to make sure your shit's up.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
all right. That's it. I'm done. Thank you for tuning in to Creature Crossing. Please check the description for social media links, Patreon, and more. Feel free to subscribe and leave us a review. The song used for our intro and our outro is called The Snake Eater's Palace, Outer Heaven by Audio Mocha, Anime Vivi, and Endless Repeat, which we found at ocremix.org. Thanks again for listening.